Hey world, just really quick, it is currently 11:49 at night on April 23rd, 2015, and I just wanted to I just wanted to make a video saying that, you know, never settle. I know as Christians sometimes it's hard, especially Christian women, young girls, whichever, you feel like you have to compromise your values just to get that guy to like you or to get this kind of friend to be your friend, to hang out with you. You feel like you're an outcast because you don't want to party, drink, or smoke, or you don't want to be in environments that everyone else is in, but don't settle. Like, you don't have to. Our God is so perfect that He will never make us settle. Nothing He brings us in our life will cause us to settle and will make us lower our value just to get it. Like, He knows exactly what we need, He knows exactly what we want, and He's not going to make us settle to get that. He's going to bring it in His perfect timing and in His perfect way. Not in our perfect way, but in His. I today learned some information about someone that reiterated to me that me not settling was the best decision ever. Me not compromising my value, my celibacy, just my Christian worth for this guy was not a bad decision. It was the best decision I could have made, to not compromise, to not give in to his temptations, to not become like all the other girls he's dealt with. I can probably stand here, whatever, today and say that I kept my promises to myself. I didn't let my flesh take over so much that I broke the promise I made to God many, many months ago. That isn't easy to keep, but I've been keeping it, and I've been keeping it, and I'm elated that I've been able to keep it as long as I have, because I am young and it's hard. But I just wanted to say to whoever's out there, please don't settle. Please don't. Like, you don't have to. And if you're in a situation and you feel like you've been settling, or this is just not what you deserve, then you're right. You don't deserve it. You deserve more than that. You deserve happiness. You deserve love. You deserve someone who will want to get to know the ugly parts of you, and who's still gonna love you when they see those ugly parts over and over and over again. They're gonna love you through your flaws. They're gonna love you through your best traits. They're gonna love you through it all. When you get mad at them and don't want to talk to them and want to cuss them out, they still gonna love you. They're gonna have an unconditional love for you that you can't get from anyone else. Like, the person that's made for us, if that's in God's will for us to get married and to unite with someone else and become one with someone else, that person who is out there, like, will see parts of you that no other person has been able to see, and no other person will ever be able to see, because that person is specially made for you. For us women, that will be the person whose rib you came from. Like, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Like, I won't have to settle to get that, because he's already made. He already knows my worth. The moment he sees me, he'll know that is a woman of God. Before I even open my mouth, he'll know that's a woman of God. And that's a place I'm trying to get to where I don't have to open my mouth. People just see God through me. And that's a process. And we'll all get through that. But we won't get that way if we keep settling for mediocre, or if you get lonely, you keep settling for the one that's hitting you up at 12 o'clock in the morning, trying to have you come over late at night, crash at his crib and spend the night with him, lay up with him at night, as opposed to the one who would text you at 2 o'clock in the afternoon asking you, do you want to go on a picnic in the park? Do you want to grab lunch really quick? Or, you know what? Quick prayer, just pray for me real quick. Like, things like that. I won't have to settle to get that. So this is just a really quick video. I'm not going to make a whole long thing like I did before. And go watch my previous video. I pray that it blesses you and it encourages you. But I just wanted to say to whoever is out there right now feeling like, they're settling, or they're on the brink of settling, or they've settled already and not really sure how to get out of that situation. And I just say seek God and just give it all to Him. Like, let Him in. Talk to Him like I'm talking to y'all in this video right now. You don't have to go to Him with the thous and these and thy and all that. No, go to Him honest and real. Tell Him how you feeling. And trust me, He's going to make it better. He's the way out of every temptation we had, out of every mistake we have. He is the eraser of all of that. Like, it's okay. He knows you're human. He knows you're gonna make mistakes. You know, we're all learning every day being a Christian, especially a born again Christian. You learn new things. It is a journey. You're meant to make mistakes. You're not perfect. Only perfect person that ever existed was Jesus Christ himself. That's it. God knows we're not perfect. He didn't make us to be perfect. He made us to be flawed, but he is a redeemer, so it doesn't matter because he'll redeem us and restore us. Like, don't settle. And just go ahead and seek him. Don't just start talking to him. Just be open with him. And then sit down with yourself and ask yourself, what is it about these people or this situation that I keep settling for it? You know, do a self-evaluation. You gotta get down to the nitty-gritty. Like, sometimes things that happen in our lives are not because the devil sent it. Sometimes we're the culprit of our own madness. I can say that from experience. I can't blame every dude for a broken heart. You know, if I'm the common denominator, I have to look at myself and say, well, what am I doing to attract these kind of people? What am I doing for these situations that keep happening the same exact way? You gotta do a self check. That's the whole point of being single and by yourself, is to have that time to do that self check, so that when the person comes into life that you're meant to marry, you're not pushing all of those issues on them. You're not making them pay for the past mistakes because you become whole from that. But if you're settling, you're hindering your process of healing. Like, if you're settling for this person, like, if a dude came around today and say, I want to be a boyfriend, da da da, but I know he's not following Christ. I know he wouldn't respect my celibacy. I know he wouldn't pray for me. I'm just settling because I want somebody right now, instead of thinking about what I need to worry about later on down the road. Like, is this person the kind of person I want my children to look up to and say that that's how a man should be? Is this a person that I want to teach my children how to be a parent, how to be an adult, how to be a person of God? Like, no, that's not who I want to teach my children that. But if I'm settling, that's what I'm showing. Like, people, you gotta think about stuff in the long term. Like, life is not about the right now. If you're just thinking about the right now, you're just being immature. Like, if I was thinking about right now, I would be thinking about what would benefit me at 11:57 p.m. at night, instead of what can I do in my life that will make my life better for the next 5 years instead of for the next 5 minutes. Like, you gotta think about stuff like that. So, baby girl, sister, daughter, whoever you are, don't settle. And to my Christian brothers out there too, y'all don't settle either. You are a strong man of God. You're a growing man of God. Don't settle for no girl that can't see that in you. Don't settle for no girl that wants the worldly version of you. That's the part that died a long time ago. And if people are making you feel like you need to settle, that's God showing you a sign that you have grown so much in Him that you don't need them. That he'll take that desire out of you for that person or that situation if you just give it to him. Yes, it's a process. I'm going through that right now, but I can definitely tell you it's easier. It's easier today than it was a year ago. A year ago, I thought where I am today would be impossible, and because I settled so much. But the moment I stopped settling was the moment I realized I deserve everything that God has for me. Like, I may not feel worthy of it, but for whatever reason, He thinks I'm worthy. He thinks I'm good enough to where He would send His Son to die for me. So I'm not gonna settle for mediocre, and I'm not gonna settle for good. I ain't gonna settle for great. God's best is the best. I want the best. Great is not the best. Good enough is not the best. The best is the best. God's best is the best. So don't settle, because God's best is out there. Whether it's God's best for a job, God's best for a school, God's best for a marriage, a husband, a wife, anything like that. Whatever God has for you will be the best version of that, just for you. And He has planned it out and created it just for you. So please, just encourage you wherever you are. Don't settle. It's not worth it. And in the end, you're going to look back and wish you didn't do it. Don't even waste all your time on that. Do a self-evaluation. Start to love yourself. And start to understand that you deserve the world. You do. You deserve it. Trust me, you do. I don't care what nobody tells you. Don't lower your standards for nobody. And if anybody makes you feel like your standards are too high, that's because they too low to meet them, okay? Alright. So with that being said, I pray this all blesses everybody out there. Share it with your friends, however you feel. Just don't settle. It's not worth it. Because in the end, you'll lose out on God's best for you. And if that best is out there, just keep praying and just keep holding the faith and keep trusting God and His timing. I know some things don't make sense, but trust me, it all makes sense in the end. Like, He'll give you that clarity. I'm telling you, He will. Just keep praying, keep being steadfast, just keep trusting and keep believing. I love you all. Have a good night.